This is a story of tragedy and triumph. The land of Pandora can be cruel, especially to those who journey alone. To survive, it would be wise to find strength in numbers. Our tale begins with a storm in the dead of night and screams of panic. An adult Albertaceratops on the run. Following closely behind, a hungry Alioramus. The female was singled out by the hunter and chased off from the herd. In the ensuing chaos, its infant was separated. The young bull's instincts tell it to run and hide, unwittingly isolating itself further away from his mother and the herd. The storm passes and a new day breaks. The young bull survives the encounter, but at a cost. It is now lost and alone. Far from the protection of its herd, the young Albertaceratops has slim chances of surviving in these savage lands. Something's nearby. An Amargasaurus. The young bull has never seen anything like it. The young sauropod appears to be lost as well. Driven by instincts, the two herbivores band together for safety. For now, the juvenile bull has found companionship in the odd sauropod. A moment of peace for the lost younglings. But soon, they will be reminded of the cruelty of the land. The tiny Amargasaurus awakens to go for a sip of water. In the savage wilderness, it would be wise to remain vigilant, as danger is always lurking about. As the young bull awakens from its rest, its new friend is nowhere to be seen. Once again, it finds itself all alone. Strength in numbers offers many advantages, especially in these lands. Running across the forest floor is the Deinonychus, a small and vicious hunter with unmatched speed and agility. It is seen cooperating with another species, Latenivenatrix, and together they form an effective hunting pack. The Deinonychus' role is to scout for prey. When it finds one, it alerts the others. What they lack in size, they make up for in sheer numbers. Sheer, ravenous numbers. This Ceratosaurus finds itself fighting off a flurry of teeth and claws. It is losing a lot of blood in the process. The hunt lasts long, as the pack patiently bleeds out their prey. The Ceratosaurus is cornered in a slow, painful death. One swift bite, and the feast can now begin. All alone, this would have been an almost impossible task for the Deinonychus. But with a pack such as this, there's little that they will not consider hunting down. Being in the company of others can also offer protection. a lesson that this Alioramus will soon learn. Sleek and fast, one would not think that it would be related to the great Tyrannosaurus Rex. But this is a tyrant nonetheless. An opportunistic hunter. It prefers to take advantage of easy prey. A Spinosaurus. It appears to be a subadult. Perhaps the intruder has stumbled upon its territory. And along with it, an adolescent. The Alioramus may have found its next meal. So far, the speedy Tyrant has managed to endure their vicious claws. Its strategy is to hit and run before they can react. But with the subadult on guard, this has proven to be quite ineffective. The Alioramus is a persistent hunter. Its great stamina allows it to fight for extended periods. But the subadult refuses to let its guard down. The Spinosaurus manages to severely wound the Tyrant. A lesson learned. For now, it will have to find something else to hunt. Meanwhile, the swarm has moved on to another area. They stumble upon something. A herd of Albertaceratops, the very same herd that our young bull was once a part of. It appears that they have survived the attack on that stormy night. The pack has overstayed their welcome. The herd is getting agitated. A fight with this group will be too risky. The casualties will be great. So they scout ahead for a new target. Over by the water, another lone Ceratosaurus. It alerts the pack. And the swarm converges. The pack must remain cautious still, for its bite can easily cripple their frail bodies. Like a pack of bloodthirsty piranhas, they continue to swarm with ferocious bites. Fighting back, the Ceratosaurus has managed to claw the miniature attackers, causing them to bleed. One of them makes a grave mistake. With a loud snap, one member is immobilized. The pack swarms in an attempt to finish off their target for good. A loss for the pack, but one that they can cope with, given their sheer numbers. As for our young bull, it has been traveling alone for quite some time. It wanders towards the isolated regions of Pandura. It may be a while before this Albertaceratops finds any sort of companionship in these parts. Many seasons will pass by. Life in Pandora continues to shift. Over at the Great Lake, a family of Spinosaurus takes on a lone Tyrannosaurus Rex to feed their offspring. The little ones will thrive under the supervision of these adults. As for our Albertaceratops, it has managed to grow far on its own. The once young male is now a subadult, marked by its pronounced horns and frill. And it has undertaken a new journey to find a herd of its own. It arrives at the lagoon, a common herding area, but also a hunting ground for predators. The sound of shuffling footsteps and deep rumbles fill the air. The bull moves in the shadows, careful not to draw attention to itself. Commotion right ahead. The ground appears to shake. The bull decides to take a risk. It slips past the hungry hunters to investigate. A massive herd of herbivores arrives at the lagoon, composed of various creatures big and small. The bull quickly follows to join the grand assembly. A rare sight in Pandora, a collection of herbivores all moving in unison. However glorious this assembly is, there is one problem. A herd of this size and magnitude will require vast amounts of food to sustain itself. And food is running low in the lagoon. Tempers are rising amongst the herbivores as they compete for whatever is left. Just as quickly as they have arrived, they will have to move once again in search of sustenance. The bull itself is beginning to starve. Not wanting to compete with the others, it decides to run ahead to eat however much it can. It moves further away in its search for food, and soon it finds itself lost once again. It tries to call out. Nothing. It will have to find its way back on its own. A risky choice, as danger continues to lurk at every corner. They must be close by. A distinct rumble ahead leads the bull back to the herd. Safe once again. Sometime later, something agitates the herd. A Giganotosaurus. It has followed the lone bull back to the herd. It stands at a distance, observing them with hungry intentions. The Tyrannosaurus attempts to intimidate the hunter, with little success. A standoff. With the predator in the area, the herd decides to move on once again. Many more seasons pass. In search of a new home, the herd is taken to strange new places. The once mighty herd has now shrunk. Some fell victim to hunters, others chose to break off to distant lands along the way. It is now only led by one Eotriceratops and our Albertaceratops, who has now reached full adulthood. They arrive at the grasslands. Perhaps now they have finally found paradise. But Peril has a habit of following them. Something spooks the herd. A pair of adult Giganotosaurus on the hunt. They single out the young Eotriceratops. The adult is nowhere to be found. And without its protection, all they can do is flee from these terrifying predators. In the ensuing chaos, another juvenile is taken by a Carnotaurus. Truly a tragic loss for the herd. The others are nowhere to be seen. Once more, the Albertaceratops is alone. It is a different tale for another Eotriceratops. An adult of this size has little to fear. Equipped with massive horns, impenetrable frills, and thick hide. This is a formidable herbivore. Something lurks below the water. Sarcosuchus. These massive crocodilians will attack anything that dares to drink from the water's edge. The bull gores the crocodilians as they attempt to penetrate its thick hide. They may be ravenous, but the horns dig deep into their scales. They back off and resort to cannibalism to satiate their hunger for now. Wounded for sure, but with no serious injury. A victorious fight for this apex herbivore. As for our Albertaceratops, all it can do now is push on. Perhaps it may yet find another herd in these lush grasslands. A typical nesting ground for herbivores, this region appears to be strangely empty at this time. Unbeknownst to the bull, something has driven off the herds in the area. Within the hazy storm, heavy footsteps. A pair of adult Tyrannosaurus rex. It must quickly flee. Their spine-chilling stomps are close behind. Fortunately, the rain makes the Albertaceratops hard to track. It manages to slip past the Tyrants. Our Albertaceratops manages to defy the odds yet again. The lost soul aimlessly wanders the grasslands until it hears a familiar tone. The Eotriceratops returns, accompanied by a Lambeosaurus. They are under attack by a hunting pair. A Ceratosaurus and a Metriacanthosaurus. The bull charges forward, goring the Ceratosaurus. It seems these hunters are determined to take down the wounded hadrosaur. The Albertaceratops is quite fast despite its appearance. Its strong legs able to propel it forward at incredible speeds. Finally, as one of the hunter falls, a victory for the herd. They cannot rest long, for something else has taken notice of the chaos. As they forage for food, a distinct roar can be heard in the distance. The bull recognizes the noise. A pack of Allosaurus arrives. The herd must get ready to defend once again. This time our Albertaceratops is ready. It singles out one of the hunters. It charges. Its thick hide protects it from the razor-sharp teeth as it impales the hunter. No match against the piercing horns, the Allosaurus pack backs off as one of their own falls. Our Albertaceratops triumphs over the savage beasts. It will not need to be afraid, for it has finally found strength in numbers. As seasons pass by, so too does the story of life and death, of friends and foes, forever shifting in the lands of Pangea. For this once lost soul, it has been a journey of tragedy and triumph in this tale of titans.